this video, we're going to look at another method of factoring. This method involves when you're factoring just two terms. Okay, it's called difference of squares. And so what difference of squares says is if I have something squared minus something squared, well then that factors into a plus b, a minus b. So if you have a squared minus b squared, that factors into a plus b, a minus b. And again, if you think about the full method, what this is saying is the O and the I part of the full, they cancel each other out, and the only thing you're left with is that first times first and that last times last. Alright, so let's look at an example. So here it says we want to factor b squared minus 36. So now remember, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this as something squared minus something squared. And so what can I put inside that first parentheses, so when I square it, it takes me back to a b squared. Well, that's just b. And then in the second parentheses, what can I put inside there that when I square it, it's going to take me to 36. And that is 6. And so what we have now is we have something squared minus something squared. And then according to the definition, we know then that the first factor is going to be b plus 6. And the second one is just b minus 6. And again, if you wanted to check your answer, you could always FOIL those together, and they would get you back to the b squared minus 36. All right, let's look at one more. So here we want to factor 25s squared minus 81. Again, we want to be able to write this up as something squared minus something squared. Because we know that if we can get it in this form, well then it's just my first parentheses plus my second one, whatever's in the first minus whatever's in the second one. So what squared is going to take me to 25s squared? Well, that's just 5s. Now what squared is going to take me back to 81? And that is 9. And so now what we have is we have 5s in the first parentheses, 9 in the second. So then according to the definition, we know that this has to be 5s plus 9 and then 5s minus 9. And that's my factor form. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to multiply these together using FOIL just so we can check and make sure that we are correct. So first times first, that's 25s squared. And then first times last, so that's minus 45s. And then 9 times 5s, well that's plus 45s. And then 9 times negative 9 is negative 81. So now what we see is that the O and the I part, they cancel, and we're left with 25s squared minus 81, and so we see that it does indeed work.